Check, check. Di bitawan kayang kaya pala putik mahirap ako salita ng salita. Kayang pamahalan, 'di ba? Maniwala. Sumama sa'kin, 'wag kang bababa. Hindi mananalo kung di ka susugal sa laro ng puso. Salamin, iiwan kang mag-isa. Laro, gusto mo din magbibiro, malilito dahil sa pag-ibig mo. Papunta. Kahit human lang, balikan. Kahit saan ako magpunta, kahit oras malayo man lang, balikan. You are the one. Nakailan na kaya ako sa mining? Ilan na kaya namiminahan? Siguro mga 300 plus tapos pahinga. Parang hindi tayo maumay. 4873. Pahinga muna. Pahinga ka muna. At dadalhin kita sa may alapahan ng pagbago ng puso. Alam ko usok ang bahala sa'yo. At dadalhin kita pakaksa pagod ang puso. Anak ko usok ang bahala sa'yo. Pagod ka na ba at sawa ka ng masaktan? Halika't sindihan mo na yan. Nangyayak. Hindi ka ba hinahanap sa inyo kapag wala ka? Parang araw at wala ka. Yan sinasabi. Pahinga ka muna. At dadalhin kita sa may alapahan. Pagbago ng puso. Anak ko usok ang bahala sa'yo. At dadalhin kita sa may alapahan. Ang pagbago ng puso. Anak ko usok akong bahala sa'yo. Hindi ka pala. Sige sila charming chat ko. Huwag nang ayaman na. Yung pahinga ka muna sa may alapaan, mundo nagbabago, minsan alam usap ako bahala sa'yo. Pahinga ka muna sa may alapaan, napapagod usap. Ay putik ka, 5 lang pala 'to, ayoko niyan, ayoko niyan. 149. Sana wala pang tao. Bakit lang sinasabi ng mga tao sa paligid, ako'y lumayo ka na, lolokohin ka kung anong gusto niyo. Buti na lang tayong dalawa, walang hanggan na nakbayin, mapiling ka lang. 'Cause you know pumunta, di ka na mapipigil tayong dalawa. Di na mapipigil tayong dalawa. Uliranin natin inggit, yakap mo sa'kin, huwag silang pansinin, hangga't di nila alam sa ating dalawa. Mga salita ganito lang, walang hanggan na nakbayin. Girl, you know I can't stop. Girl, you know I won't stop. Hindi na pipigil tayong dalawa. Girl, you know I can't stop. Kind of won't stop. Di nila mapipigilan. Di nila nang mangyari. Pipigilan. Ipasakay na sa kalesa. Gusto ba kita? Only you. Ay, 5 lang 'to. Sige na nga, dito na ako, eh. Lihim, bitin, di ka makakalimutan, ipapatingin sa'yo. O iba, baka sinta mo mag-alala. Hintay. Di makakamedyo ang dilim. Lihim. Aking ipapatingin sa'yo. O iba, iba ka. Bye, 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 bye. Mhm. Only you. Ay, nandito na yung tao. Ano 'to? Ayoko niyan. Pagbigyan ko ng aso. Kupal tong yulo na 'to, tatandaan ko 'to. Yukan. Ay, ay. Okey, next. Dan na yung kamay. Sipag ko today, eh. Dami ng nagdaan, nakakasawa, di nakakasawa, sawa. Parang nagla-lag ako, gano'n.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Discovery Houston, trim to ATO.
Sa'yo, sawa, di nakakasawa.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Talaga kapag ano ka pa talaga, Rice. Okay lang yan, Rice. Sige, pumalo ka. Bakit naman nalanda to? Hindi ko na babalikan to. Okay, back to start. Set. Ang dami-dami pala akong ko-collect nito. Mata Ay, 5 lang 'to, ayoko niyan. Payat, mali. Medyo maantok tayo dun, medyo hindi ko nache-check kung ilan yung mines dun, Ten, 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 ten. Ay, ganyan. Ay, talaga makikipag-agawan pa siya sa akin. Akala ko makipag-agawan pa siya sa akin. Ayun, dapat 1 hour na ako ngayon, kung hindi ako napa-end live ako ng di oras kanina, nag-trip. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Uy, 12 na pala. Good morning guys. Ten, 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 ten. Ten, 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 ten. Kaumay pag walang sound trip, nakakabaliw pala talaga tatong lo-fi na to. Pasok ka na, ang tagal pumasok. Yan. Ah, yeah. Load na natin. Oops. Ayoko na. Ten, ten, ten. Dito ako galing kanina. Ay, narorotatean ko na yung ano ko. Ah, nag-rotate na lang ako. Rotate. 3377. Parang konti na nakuha kong Bloom Shard. Or di ba ako nagko-collect for today? Talaga nakipag-agawan siya oh. Talagang kita eh. Go 2828. 2828. Tiyong, tiyong. Aha, honey. Pabagyanin muna natin ang ikot ng mundo. 4896. Auto Reaper, Valley Groves. Grabe na yung grind ko today ah. I wake up in morning and step outside and I take a deep breath and I know I'm on top of my nose. What's going on? And I said yeah, I said hey. Yan, putik, sakto.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbit of Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Not doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone. Read the message. Say I swear I'm not doing anything. Toot 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 toot. Toot 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 toot. Toot 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 toot. Dun, dun, dun. Gabi na lang. Dun, 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 dun. Tao po, nandyan po ba kayo sa loob ng malaking bahay at malawak na bakuran? Aling sasakyan o na nakaupo, tumayo at tanaw, matanaw ninyo ang tunay na kalagayan ko. Waiting ulit tayo. 4484. Ah. So, nag-sound trip talaga, promise. Ulit. Sa'yo lang ako magbibigay. Walang iba. Kaysa hanggang sa umaga ay antok ka na. Pati ba na nagbago na. Tatagpuan kita. Tatagpuan kita. Tatagpuan kita. Walang pipiliin talaga. Alam mo, ay kapag kasama ka, sa ulap at sa mata na, sino dito, kumana sa akin, baril ka alam nila. Walang dala, walang dala, walang sa pag-iingat di mo na kasi pagkaiba. Tagpuan kita. Tatagpuan kita. Ako lang gusto. Gusto ko, ako lang gusto. Gusto ko, ako lang gusto. Gusto ko, ako lang gusto.
Liftoff of mission
Gusto
41B,
ko,
the
ako
first flight of
lang
the Airborne
gusto.
Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Gusto ko, ako lang gusto.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Ako lang gusto. La la. Sumablan. La 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 la. Hindi mo.
That's one small step for man,
Kalpanet.
one giant leap for mankind.
Balik ako 7 8. Tagal mo pumasok. Wala dyan. 4-7 man. Lalayo. 297. Ito after na to, rest na ako. Maubos tong energy ko. Mamasakin. Huwag kang bababa. Hindi ko naman ako nagkisugal sa laro ng puso. Sasaluhin. Gusto mo din magbibiro, manlilito dahil ko yung pag-ibig ko. Di na, tututukan. Siguro nakakaparaiso. Pero yun sa akin. Sarap sa akin. Kaya sa bagay mo sa tagpuan kita. Tagpuan kita. Liban sa akin nanay. Sa iba, bakipin kita. Bibida. Walang iba. Tagpuan kita. Tagpuan kita. Ako pipiliin talaga. Alam mo, masaya kapag kasama ka. Kung si Cupido ang pumara sa akin, pero balintalan niya. Walang tala. Walang tala. Dahil sa mag-aaral. Gusto ko anak mo. Gusto ko alam mo. Gusto ko alam mo. Alam mo, 600 health pa yung action pick. Boss, ano, boss? 4086 sagot ko kaya ako. Parang wala pang photo niya. Pag-uusap na. Ipapauna ko agad sa'yo na isa lang. Ikaw naman. Kung mga Papasakin ba? MPM. Ayan na guys, AMA. AMA. Ano to yung AMA? Live ngayon AMA.
To random users. Okay. So just start posting. Just post if you're in, where are we going? We got Reapers, Seed Rights, or Wild Groves. Just start spamming the chat with them. I want to see which one you guys are in. And then I will like randomly scroll and choose a few people, and we'll send you some free wine to celebrate chapter 3 coming out, which has just been so hectic, so much fun. Um, Bob Union. Unfortunately, Bob Union does not count. I'm gonna try to pick here. I'll try to pick 3 people from one from each union, which means Wildgrove's people. I'm sorry, but you are disadvantaged right now in this little giveaway because fewer people need to leave Wildgroves, guys. We need more balance here. Okay, here, let's bring up Luke. Oh my God.
Hello, everybody.
Very nice. We're doing a little wines giveaway right now. So I just have people flooding the chat with their union. And then I'm going to give away one or like, I don't know, a set of like a case of wine or something to one person from each union. Okay. All right, let's go. I'm going to start scrolling. I'm just scrolling. I'm not even looking at the chat, guys. I'm going to click. All right, Simon, I think you've won something before. Maybe not. Okay, well, congratulations. You've won some wine. Reach out to Pixel support and prove somehow that you are yourself, and we will send over some wine. Okay, hold on. Let me take screenshots of these things or I'm fully going to forget to. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right, Wildgroves is covered. We knew that was going to be first. So now it's going to be hard to randomly select from the other ones, but bear with me here, okay? Okay, I kind of have to look at it a little bit more to like see if, okay. Dynamic Warrior. Oh, I'm happy to see you. This is awesome. So yeah, reach out to support. We know who you are though, so it'll be pretty easy there, but reach out and we'll get the wine sent to you. And then this is gonna be the hardest one. Okay, I might have to actually stare at the chat to come, and the first seed rights I come across is probably gonna have won. And also don't lie, because we can check your account and see what union you're in. So don't lie to us too. All right, let's go. Let's see seed rights. Okay. I haven't seen any yet. Oh. Anders, congrats on your wine winnings here. Reach out to support, prove that this is you, and we will send over some wine. Okay, that was fun. I think we should do some giveaways at the beginning of AMAs more often, just to reward you guys for coming out early. We always appreciate it. Anyways, Luke, how is McDonald's? I really had to check what fast food restaurant that is.
Yeah, we're just trying to make ends meet here in Web3 gaming. The earnings have to come from somewhere, right? So I'm picking up a shift. This is will fund Pixels moving forward. No, I'm just kidding. But Web3 gaming. Let's talk about it really quickly before we dive into the AMA, because I think it's on everybody's mind right now. Basically, crypto in general, market outlook is not looking so good. The sentiment's probably the lowest I've seen it since, honestly, to me, this feels even worse than FTX crash. Like, this might actually be the lowest sentiment point I've seen in crypto for a long time. I think in 2023, if you guys remember also, crypto gaming was pretty quiet. We saw a lot of teams starting to die in like the end of 2022 to 23. And I think the difference right now in the market between like 23 and 2025 is there were a lot of teams that raised funding kind of off the back of Axie in Web3 gaming at the end of 2021, early 2022. Pixels was one of those teams, right? Like I literally put a slide of Axie Infinity in our slide deck back then, which is kind of funny, right? So 2023, the bear market was a little bit different because there were still teams building, and really the ones that were running out of funds at that time were mismanaged funds. Now we're 3 to 4 years, almost 5 years after that time frame. And what you're starting to see is a lot of Web3 gaming teams finally fully capitulate, right? And truthfully, I think what you're going to see in Web3 gaming over the next 6 months is going to be way worse than anything you guys saw in the end of 23 or the beginning of 2024 when you saw some teams starting to die. You're seeing news of some teams having TGEs that have not gone so well. You've seen news of teams leaving Web3 entirely. And yeah, it's a weird time in Web3 gaming right now. Now, what I'll say with Pixels is, we still have funding, we still have the ability to go out and build, and we're still pretty dedicated to making Web3 gaming work. Anything I posted on Twitter in the last couple of days is just like light trolling, because I think now is the time where we need to be like a little bit lighthearted, because the situation isn't, amazing when it comes to the macro. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't specific teams inside of Web3 gaming they're building interesting things and are making steady progress. Like for example, Pixels just had a high uptrend in return on reward spent. And we're seeing some like initial
Loris mentioned
things that
that,
actually might indicate that what we're building is actually kind of working in a sustainable manner, right?
mentioned,
You know, we're updating some of our metrics when it comes to return on reward spend, and we'll show you guys updated dashboards on like exactly where we're at and how things are going. But what I'll say is like the signals over the last 2 to 3 weeks have been quite positive inside of Pixels, and we actually have a lot to share with you guys, a lot to update you guys on week. And it seems like the sentiment inside of the game for Core Pixels is actually one of the best that I've seen in
Or Pixels mentioned.
like the last like 6 months to a year. So if you've been playing Pixels and you're inside the community,
3 weeks
I think
now,
everybody
4 weeks,
in
sure.
our community sees a positive uptrend with the gameplay, with where things are going, and the direction of Pixels. This is because of a couple different things. One, like we're starting to crack the code a little bit more on how to actually best give out earnings inside of the game and how to build out more sustainable earnings models. This is because of a couple different reasons. Like the first being the team has just been building better content and better gameplay, right? The recent update with merchant ships and like the sushi mechanics
Merchant
inside of the
ships
game were
mentioned.
really popular with users. People said it was way more fun than a normal task board. 2, Chapter 3 has come out.
Task
Did
board
it release
mentioned?
last week? That's crazy. It's only been a week since we released Chapter 3. But initial sentiment,
Chapter
just the
3
read on
mentioned.
it, is that you guys actually like it, which is great because the team worked pretty hard on it. And
Do you guys
the
like
third
it?
reason why
Press
things
1
have
if
been
you like
trending
Chapter
better
3.
for Pixels lately when it comes to community sentiment is because of like some of the stuff that we've been doing with more targeted
2,
earnings and rewarded offers.
1.
Now, there's still a lot of work that we're doing there. And maybe what I'll do actually today is I'll give you a sneak peek on what we're working on next because it is really, really cool. I've been debating if I want to share it or not, but I think just for this AMA's sake, I think a small sneak peek might be fun just so you can see kind of the direction that we're heading in
Yo,
when it comes
your
to
hot mic
earnings and everything that we're thinking about there. Even though it's very early, it's still probably like a month or two away. But yeah, you might see like a little leak on that stuff. But yeah, overall, we're pretty happy with how Chapter 3 has come out so far, and initial results have been pretty
No worries,
positive.
it's fine.
Not to say that there aren't tweaks that we need to make. So I think when it comes to agenda for this AMA, what we should do is we should talk about one, like have a discussion with you guys on how you guys think Chapter 3 is going. Any suggestions that you guys might have, we'll like bring up. And then 2, we'll give you like some small updates on like what we're thinking about when it comes to balance, tweaks, gameplay, all of that. And yeah, we'll use that like as a bit of time for like workshopping with you guys. Like what we've learned over the last 6 months, honestly, is like we changed strategy internally. Here's what we had done during 2024 that I think was wrong. In 2024, we were seeing a lot of success with Pixels when it came to traction. Like we had 1 million daily active addresses. It was probably about 500,000 real DAU at Pixels peak. We had
DAU
pretty
mentioned?
crazy traffic to Pixels. If you go and look at like third-party websites like SimilarWeb, there were 44 million page views to Pixels.xyz in 2024, like 44 million unique page views, which is pretty crazy. The Binance listing, all of that stuff got us a lot of exposure. We converted that into probably like 4 to 5 million real people that played the game. And yeah, we had some like initial signs of like pseudo product market fit. Now the issue is in 2024, we weren't
Presented
sustainable.
content of
Like we could
alignment?
see that
No,
the model
that's
wasn't
not
going to work as is. We had dug into a lot of the data.
What?
There really wasn't the spend that we needed
your
to.
chin already got
Not to
big.
say that it wasn't there, but it was kind of lopsided when it came to spend versus earnings. We did $24 million of revenue in 2024, but we gave out way more
Revenue
rewards than
mentioned?
that. And you can go and look at the historical data. We make that all public. But we knew we needed to make some changes. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to monetize Core Pixels like you would a Web 2 game. And we brought on
Oh, you have the same
some
card?
really
No.
good people in Web 2 into Core Pixels. And we
Mention,
wanted to bring in
Oh,
best
Web-
practices
Web 2
from Web
mentioned?
2 monetization into the game. And that's when you started seeing us do a lot of the live ops events that you saw. We started introducing more
Live
like
ops
microtransaction style mechanics. And there were some things about that were working, but we also realized that that actually wasn't the right model. a little bit too late going into early 2025. Anytime that we released, a new event inside of Pixels, we were doing more of a live ops driven strategy for monetization. We would have really high spikes in spend, but the users inside of the game wouldn't feel very good about when we did, basically, because we had a lot of spend inside the game, and those spikes of spend were not really equal to rewards. That's how we were trying to make up for all the rewards that we gave out. And we started making some realizations that the Web 2 tactics in Pixels were not going to work long term. Like, we were going to keep churning users, we were going to keep losing user trust. And we decided to take a different strategy where instead we basically promoted people from inside of the community to help run core Pixels. And that has been so much more successful. Basically, we wanted to change the model. We wanted to make sure that we were building features that our users wanted and that felt good to users too. And that's kind of where we're at now, basically. So this team has been working hard for the last like 6-7 months building all these features, and now you're kind of finally starting to see the results of that in core Pixels. And I think the game is trending in a direction that I'm pretty happy with now. If we keep this up for the next year, I think we'll get Pixels to a spot where Web 2 users genuinely find it fun, and then we can start even doing Web 2 user acquisition as well. So that's generally like a high level plan. Some of the key changes that we made and what we're thinking there. We're gonna combine that with kind of moving over to
1764.
like traditional Web 2 UA soon too, and I can kind of give you guys an update on that through the Pets app. I'll probably actually even grab my
Pets app
device and show you guys an example of what the Pets app looks like right now. And yeah, that's kind of the high level of everything that we're seeing where we're at right now. So with the state of Web3 gaming right now, I think it's fair to feel a little bit nervous about the future of Web3 gaming just due to the market. I think I saw a report the other day that like 50% of Web3 gaming tokens that are still live are at all-time lows, which is not good. But we kind of have a plan on how we might be able to turn that around. Basically, there's no belief in any altcoin right now. And I went into this on a podcast the other day, like a little bit in a different AMA. And I'll kind of, if you guys are interested, I'll get my thoughts on that. And like how
that podcast is live, actually. We just retweeted it. The Blockchain Gamer one.
Yeah, with Blockchain Gamer Biz, I kind of went on the podcast with them and I kind of explained like, where I think, I explained like where I think the market's at, like why we're not really seeing belief in altcoins and what you might need to do to change that. But yeah, if you guys have been a part of Pixels, you guys know that projects can fight the market if they execute and do all the right things. Like Pixels did it, right? When Pixels started blowing up at the end of 2023, that was widely thought of as a complete Web3 gaming bear market. Like people were saying Web3 gaming was dead, there's no more users. Axie tried and it will never work again. And Pixels kept chugging along and kind of proved to people, no, you can get traction on the Web3 game. Now the next issue is how do you get a Web3 game to have traction while still being sustainable and attracting a new audience of Web2 users who are not necessarily only earn oriented? Or at least how do you tweak a game to make it so that play to earn mechanics, which I still have the hot take that every single Web3 game is play to earn, whether you like it or not. How do you make play to earn mechanics actually work? Like, how do you have some people, be able to earn while still having a model where the game can make money, pay for salaries, and continue to grow a new user base? And we're making progress on that, but that will be the next stage that a team has to crack in order to get belief in a Web3 gaming token again. So I can kind of lay out what we're thinking there if you guys want. But I think first, maybe what we should do is like dive into more specifics on chapter 3. And we'll kind of go into that. So yeah, is there anything that you want to share about chapter 3 and updates? And how do you think it's going, Heidi? How have you seen general sentiment around it?
I think it's going really well. I think it's doing a lot of what we'd intended it to do. And a huge part of that is just users playing it as they would be playing the game already, which is just great news. Sentiment from community, and most of you guys already know this, it's pretty high. There are definitely some tweaks to be made, and those are in the works. The team is working like crazy to make tweaks and balances and all of those sorts of things. But I do have some numbers for you guys too that we can share. Let me quickly find that. Some pretty impressive stuff. So we've had around 7,000 players play so far in just under a week, which is pretty fun, pretty good news. Wild Groves is around half of those users, and then the split of
Right, guys?
seed rights to reapers, it's like 2,000-ish in reapers, and then the rest in seed rights. And the last session, this is cool. This is really cool. The last session had 45,000 sabotages and 35,000 deposits, which is just like crazy numbers. I also find it so interesting and maybe a bit telling of our
That's
community
mostly from
that
you
there
guys,
were
the deposits and
10,000
sabotages.
more sabotages than deposits. So if you guys want to talk about that, we can. But I guess it's also like task board, you would be getting, if it's equally split, you would get more sabotage ones because it's like 2-1. So I guess the numbers do number, but I just thought that was really funny. But
Those are coming from
yeah,
you
do you
guys.
want
I'm hardcore
to?
grinding this
Oh,
week.
one other question I saw was someone asking, like, how do I
Press
know
1 if you
when
believe
the
me,
next
guys.
session is? There is a little, hold on, actually, you know what? I'll just share my screen. It'll be a lot easier to show you guys. There's a little, what is it called?
Why are you
It's not a
doubting me,
clock.
guys?
It's a,
I'm a hardcore grinder.
what are those
See,
things
Chicken
called?
Cat believes me.
This thing.
Don't doubt
Countdown?
me. I'm a hardcore grinder.
Yeah,
guys.
but like, what are those things actually called?
Oh, the hourglass.
Hourglass, and you can click on it. And so the next one is around, it's always like roughly, just because there's some things that happen in the back end, but roughly midnight UTC, I believe. That is midnight UTC.
You don't doubt
So
me, guys.
in around 6.5 hours. Yeah, so you can click on that to see when the next session starts. Oh, am I sharing the wrong thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's good. There. Okay.
Walang bago.
That's what I meant to share. Hourglass. How did you even know what I was talking about then? You can
Someone
click on
else
that.
suggested that. Yeah.
I guess we always use it. So you can, yeah, click on that and see around 6.5 hours is when the next session should begin. Cool. Yeah, so there's a few other things. Do you wanna go through them?
Yeah, so here's a few questions about, or like a few comments on like some of the stuff that we're seeing with the gameplay right now. So just high level, if you are tuning into this day and you
Everyone
haven't
and their
played chapter
grandma,
3, how chapter 3 kind of works is we implemented a faction system and they're called unions. So there are 3 unions that you're able to join inside of chapter 3. Wild Groves, Reapers, and Seed Rights. And right now there's one union that's kind of dominating. You see this in like some other gameplays that have implemented faction systems. Like for example, Pokemon Go is kind of notorious for this right now. They have 3 factions and one always loses. But there's ways that we can kind of balance this out to make it so that one, if a union loses, we can give them a bit of a boost or advantages for the next round. Like right now, if you are in a losing union, you just get some more resources to use in the next round. But we have been proposing mechanics internally with the help of your guys' feedback on basically providing like better buffs for a losing union next time to give them a better chance, and even like tweaking some of the rewards potentially to make that even like better and smoother. There's a few different types of mechanics that we can add, and I'm not going to like strictly say that we're absolutely doing these, but I just want to give you an idea of the way that we're thinking. Like one example could be when a union loses, we might give them a head start for the next time when it comes to hearth help. Or one other thing that we could do is if there's, you know, a union that is lagging behind, you know, halfway through, we might even be able to give them like a small boost for having more deposits. So there's features like that that we're kind of talking about and likely going to be implementing. I don't want to like, you know, strictly say the exact way that we're thinking about it or exactly what we're going to do, but just note those are coming in like the next week or two. And yeah, in the meantime, there's like even smaller things that we can do too.
Okay, there's a few things that I want to quickly go through. So the little gems above the fireplace, what do they indicate? So first of all, it's been a little bugged, but I've been told that they are pushing out a fix today, so hopefully it'll work better. But it indicates first, second, third at that point in time. So blue is first, yellow is second, and red is third. So you can kind of like roughly see the what's it called? Leaderboard. It's not, I don't know, there's 3 of them, but you know what I mean, the placements. It's all good, but you need to nerf Flint's task board and increase verdant hollow stones are too much, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we've heard this feedback a few times and the team has looked extensively into it and everything is balanced on the task board.
Oh no, you got shot down, Alinor.
And
The reason why the
then
yellow hearth health is always
second
0 is
here.
because there are just no players depositing. So it's
I
outside
straight up
the
sent this to our dev and
It's
said,
not
"Can we do this?"
well-balanced.
And they said, "Let me look." Just like literally, I just now I sent a screenshot of your message and said, "Is this possible?" So just wanted to let you know that feedback went directly to dev. I think it's a good idea. I don't know if it's possible.
Just guys remember,
Because right now,
it's almost a
yeah,
pure
like us
numbers game.
adding that little countdown
The more
timer is
players
pretty
on one
manual.
union, it's gonna
So it'd be
win.
awesome to implement something like this. And then there was one other comment earlier. Someone said, "Oh, I'm working a lot. The sessions are too short." We agree. Like the first session, you guys, how many hours was it? Like it was so fast.
Like 2 or 3. Yeah, we thought it was going to take like a week. So yeah, here's how it's been working so far. Basically, after every session, the team has been taking a look
Tagal.
and they've been
So,
making
guys,
balance tweaks after every single session. So there's been live updates like
Yeah.
5 or 6 times already in each session. So there's tweaking on how long they last, like points per each
guys,
resource,
you just
all of these things. So the team is doing a lot of balancing, and you can see it is feeling better and